Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 6th. This week, we are going to just jump right in here, Libra, and we are going to see what is coming up for you. We're going to just take a look at your current general energies in this first row. We are going to take a look at how to get the most out of your week in your second row. And then we're going to take a look at anything unexpected or anything additional that the universe wants us to know at this time here, Libra. So, Libra, you have this Smoke and Mirrors card here. Again, it's another one of those cards that I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you get that card every once in a while. Whenever I don't use this deck very often, but when I do use it, and I think you had it like recently, you had that card showing up in your reading. So, we're going to have to see what that is about. It's actually a pretty good reading. There's good stuff coming up here, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, but definitely something to think about. I do feel there is kind of like this energy of deception just in general going on in the world. I mean, I always tell people Neptune and Pisces is deception, right? So we just have to, be careful that we're not buying into things that aren't true, especially like get rich quick schemes, anything like that, anything anyone is trying to sell us, basically, I would be very careful with this card here. And it's like there are tons of spammers and scammers out there claiming I do personal readings, trying to get people to purchase personal readings. So I feel like this card is saying make sure that things are true at this time. You have the World, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands here. Really nice energy. The World is a card of accomplishment. The Eight of Wands is a card of conclusions. You have the Six of Wands coming up right next to it. So it's like this could be a victory or just wrapping up a project. I would say especially if you've been working towards something with the Eight of Pentacles. I get more of that energy of trying to, working towards something. That to me would be more of like achievement energy, which to me is, again, different than conclusion energy. It's not like wrapping up a project. That's not really what I feel here. I feel like for some of you, it could be like you're trying to get a certification or you've been trying to graduate school or, that type of achievement is what I'm feeling here. So if you've been working hard to do that, then I feel that for you here with the Eight of Pentacles. I also feel if you are, kind of like the other type of achievement that's popping into my head is if you're putting together like a presentation in your career or in work. I see someone in my head like working late, putting all these like papers in order and stuff like that. So if that's you, Libra, then I would definitely say there could be some sort of, it's like you're finally getting to the end of that process here. For others, you have the Five of Swords here as your center card, and the Five of Swords sometimes can represent like trying to do too much. It can kind of represent needing to also like slow things down and look at a project. To me, it's a card of also not giving up on something as well. So if you're finding yourself lost, like in a project, or if there's too many details, it can be a great card of like getting people to help you or getting people to assist you. So I do feel like there could be a lot of assistance coming in for you here. We're going to clarify this first row. I want to see kind of like where this is going for you here. With the World card, you have the Chariot. Definitely a victory. Like I said, some sort of achievement. For some of you, I don't think this is like a mind-blowing achievement. It's good, don't get me wrong. I mean, I feel like for some of you, again, if you're getting a certification, graduating, anything along those lines, this is very, very positive for you for sure. But I just don't think it's like, some sort of mind-blowing thing. For others, I am getting movement here. Chariot and the World, you could be wanting to move or make some sort of change. And so some of you could be moving. With the Eight of Pentacles, the Sun, really nice, really good energy with the Sun, so I feel there's a lot of happiness, and there could be reason to celebrate coming in for you. I am getting Leo. I've been getting Leo for you for weeks now, so I'd say if you're looking for love, could be a Leo. You could already be with a Leo, and that wouldn't surprise me either. And so I would say if you're with a Leo, this could be a good thing. And with the Eight of Wands here, you have the Five of Pentacles. Everybody, 555. So 555 could be an important number for you here, Libra, with these multiple fives showing up here. What I would also say is that I do feel there's need to kind of, with that Five of Swords, to understand that you're like exactly where you need to be. I almost feel that 555 is actually confirmation that maybe things are not as they appear. You have the Smoke and Mirrors card, so I feel like I would be careful of like catastrophizing things. I'd be careful of thinking that things are going in the wrong direction. I almost feel that this first row is like saying, hey, you're going to accomplish clearly something great, or whatever it is that you want to accomplish. I would just make sure not to kind of like think that things are worse or bad, or, that I almost get this feeling of something coming up in my life. I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling here. I get this feeling of like worrying about something in the future. That's like what I'm seeing in my head right now. Libra, it's like sometimes I think we can like start a business or we can get into a relationship, and then we start thinking like, okay, but what's going to happen in the future? We start catastrophizing. We start, thinking, oh, it's going to fail, or, people are going to hate me, whatever. We come up with these crazy stories. I feel like this is like saying it's like good, bad. It's weird how I'm seeing it, because to me, 555, the number 555, it can be like confirmation that you're on the right path. It can be, confirmation that you're doing the things that you need to be doing at this time, and it's kind of like it's kind of like a number of divine guidance, if I'm not mistaken, as well, Libra. So I kind of feel like this is saying it's like mentally, maybe you're not seeing things the right way. So I would just be careful of that with this energy. I almost get Ten of Swords vibes, like, victim, like feeling like a victim or victimizing yourself. So I feel like this is saying don't do that. Next, in how to get the most out of your week, you have the protection card. I mean, obviously, with this tricky energy, I would, of course, protect yourself. But I feel like it's kind of like saying you are protected from taking risks. I feel like you are, especially the Magician is pointing towards the Five of Wands. We're going to talk about that, but the Magician to the Five of Wands like this could be some sort of adventure that you're going on. And I feel like you are protected at this time. You have the Magician, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Wands here. So number one, I feel this energy of, I'm getting this word review, it keeps popping into my head. I keep hearing like review something. I'm not really sure what that means, is what I would say to you. None of these cards here would really represent like reviewing something. What I mean by review is I feel like you're going back over something here, or you're kind of not really reliving something, but I do feel there's a need to kind of like double check something or go back over something. For some of you, I feel like you could be receiving a review in work or in your career, and this would be a positive review. So if you're up for a review, that word keeps popping into my head, then I feel this will be a good thing. For others, I feel like this is just saying, it's kind of like saying to have the best. Again, this row here is how to get the most out of your week. With this Five of Swords, I get this energy of needing to kind of pay attention, slow things down, and like trying not to speed things up too quickly. I feel and maybe that's where that review word is popping up. I feel like I'm saying some word that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth, which is weird. But what I'd say here with the Five of Swords is I feel there's a need to kind of like slow things down and make sure you're doing what's important. Five of Swords can represent winning at all cost, but that's when we can make mistakes. So I kind of feel the Five of Swords is more talking about needing to make sure that you're not making a mistake by rushing. Knight of Swords right here, being too hasty, trying to get to the finish line too quickly, right? So I do feel there's a need to slow things down. Again, the Magician is pointing towards the Five of Wands here. The Magician can be a new beginning. He represents having mastery over all the suits in the tarot. But what I'm kind of feeling here is I feel like he is encouraging you to go on an adventure. The Five of Wands to me, I call Indiana Jones sometimes. To me, can represent kind of embracing some sort of conflict. It doesn't even have to be that big of a deal. It's like, I think we look at the word conflict in the wrong way, or the word competition, which the Five of Wands can also represent in the wrong way. I think this is more of a process that you're going through, but it's like everything is a process. Five of Wands can just represent the challenges that we experience when we're going through a process, like a learning process, if we're building something, a building process. If we're getting into a relationship, we are learning about that person, so that's a process, and there will be things that come up that we will have to overcome, right? That's basically that's a very overly simplified version of the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands doesn't say stop. The Five of Wands says learn. The Five of Wands, these people are training. They are not fighting. It's like they're not killing each other with swords. They're training. They're learning how to fight. I think of decks even like the After Tarot, where on the Five of Wands, it's like the five people here are sitting around and they're like talking. It's like they're reviewing what they have, gone through. So I feel a need for some of you to do that. I almost just created a huge mess. That would have been annoying. But let's clarify this, how to get the most out of your week and see what we get for you here, Libra. I feel like I'm a Butterfingers today, so that'll be interesting. With the Magician, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be love coming in for you. Like I said, if you're dealing with a Leo or anyone for that matter, I feel really good love vibes for you. I've been feeling good love vibes for you in general, Libra. So if you don't have love yet, I would put yourself out there. I would go on dates and things like that as well. I heard somebody today say something as well I thought was really good. Just so you know, Libra, I think that if you want love, you have to go out. Plain and simple. Put yourself on Tinder, whatever. I feel like we kind of say no to too many people. So it's like we need to start saying yes if we want love. I'm not telling you what to do, but again, if you want love. But I heard someone say that they kind of like they just, on Tinder, or any of these apps, they tell any person, like, hey, let's just meet up for 45 minutes and decide if we actually like each other or not, like right away. I kind of like that because it's like it gets it out of the way up front, right? So I feel that would be good for some of you. For others, I feel like there's a new path opening up. With the Five of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you here as well. I do get the sense that some of you need to make some time for love if you want it. Again, if you don't want love, this message is not for you. But if you do want love, I would try to make a little bit of time for it. And with the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. I love 2 6s. To me, 2 6s says you're like on the right path. To me, it's like confirmation that you're going in the right direction. So I feel like you are going in the right direction at this time here, Libra. I also feel for some of you, this could be just like a good relationship where there's equal give and take between the two of you. So I definitely like to see that. In your last row here of anything unexpected, you have the In the Light of the Moon card here. It says, a full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. So some of you, again, resistance, which we see right here with the Five of Wands. So I feel for some of you, it's kind of like saying move towards resistance, and that will probably provide some answers for you. You have the Knight of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Swords here. There is resistance here. I mean, we could look. I think the easy way to look at this row is this right here. Knight of Cups. He has this river in front of him that he is not willing to cross. He feels conflicted. He wants to go backwards, right? So the Knight of Swords is going this way in the reading. He is going back towards the past. So I almost feel that this reading is one of those readings where it's like stopped right here in the reading. It's kind of like saying, are you going to get to the other side? Are you going to go over this way, whatever is over here, Libra? Because it's almost like you've reached some sort of impasse in your life, and that's like the feeling I get. For some of you, I feel this could be love. Maybe you always get to a certain point in relationships and you don't move forward. Maybe you, turn around, maybe you end the relationship here. I get the very strong impression here, Libra, that this is a good opportunity for you to end Groundhog's Day. So wherever you have been experiencing Groundhog's Day in your life, the same thing over and over and over again, I feel like this week is kind of like one of those weeks where you could move past that, where you could break a cycle. I really feel like you could break some sort of cycle here, Libra, this week, and I would take advantage of that. With the Knight of Cups here, you have the Page of Cups. For some of you, this is as simple as accepting love into your life. If you want love, like I said, I'm not telling you what to do here, Libra. But if you want love, I feel for some of you, you could already be with a person already. Could be a Leo. And it's like, I feel like there's a certain point where it's like you need to allow someone in, right? And so some of you could be doing that. That could be a good opportunity there. For others, this is kind of like needing to get past your imagination is the words that are popping into my head. Knight of Cups twice, right? He is looking into that cup. He is imagining what his future life would look like. So outside of love, he is dreaming. This full moon card right here, the full moon represents a period of innovation, represents a period of time where you could be trying new things or doing something new. But moon also exists out here. I always say, to me, the whole thing with moon symbolism is that we need to bring it down to earth. It's like it's something that is an illusion. The moon represents illusions, but we need to kind of maybe manifest those things on earth or make them a reality. And that's kind of like what I feel like you need to do with this energy. With the Five Wands, you have the Empress here as well. Empress is a good card. What I would say here is it could represent needing to balance out the feminine energy inside of you. It doesn't matter what gender you are, by the way. Just needing to balance out the feminine side. I feel for some of you, there's something about receiving here as well. I was getting that word review, but I was also getting this word receiving here. So I feel for some of you, I almost said it and I didn't, but I'm getting, I was right here with the Five of Swords and the Six of Wands. I feel like some of you need to accept like praise at work, or you need to be open to receiving something like love in a relationship, or whatever it is. I feel like sometimes we resist accepting, whatever. And I feel like this is saying be open to it because there's a lot of abundance coming in for you. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups here. All this Cups energy. So for a lot of you, definitely could be like a love situation that you're dealing with here. I would open up to receive is what I feel like this reading is saying. Kind of a weird reading. I also feel like this very strong, really, if I were to sum this reading up, I feel like you're breaking past a certain point where it's like you don't know what's on the other side. It's like with the Smoke and Mirror card, it's like this could be like a portal, and it's like we don't know what's through the portal. We have to experience it. So I feel for some of you, this reading, and remember what I was saying, I was kind of getting Ten of Swords vibes, right? Where the Ten of Swords can represent needing to kind of get past a certain point. I always think of like the Golden Tarot. For example, there's like a dog that is barking at the person who's on the ground, on the Ten of Swords in that deck. I kind of get those vibes here, where it's almost like there's something that's like barking at you, something that's trying to get your attention, but it's like you're going to have to push yourself past a point of, past the point of no return, right? And that can be scary. I do feel like it's kind of funny because if you have Taurus in your chart, by the way, I would definitely go watch that reading. I did that reading yesterday, but it's just kind of popping into my head as very, very like similar energy is what I would say. So if you're dealing with a Taurus, or if you have Taurus in your chart, I would definitely watch that for sure. Because again, I feel like there's like similar advice in that reading, but I kind of feel like you're kind of pushing yourself past a point of no return. I just want to get like what is on the, can we ask like what is on the other side here, Libra? I'm too nosy. King of Pentacles, stability, your bag, everything you want, right? The Eight of Cups, it's still like a little bit of a mystery. Eight of Cups is a good card though. You're walking towards the Nine of Cups. So again, for those of you who are kind of like maybe pushing past that Groundhog's Day point, if that makes sense. And the Devil, probably freedom here. The Devil is like feeling bound or stuck. But if you look at those chains that are around those people on the Devil, they are meant to look very loose. They could easily just take the chain right off their head, and it's very loose. It's not attached very strongly here. They could easily lift it off their head. So for a lot of you, it's kind of like you're setting yourself free from something that has been keeping you bound for a very long time. Again, like I was saying, I was getting that Groundhog's Day energy, which could definitely be the Devil. The Devil is something that steals your energy, something that takes it away from you. So I really get the sense that, it's kind of like a simple reading. I feel like you're ending a cycle and moving towards something more permanent and abundant. A lot of happiness here as well, especially with the Sun and the Empress. But pretty good reading here, Libra. It'll be interesting to see how this develops. I feel like this is going to be developing, between now and the end of the year. But it looks good. So thank you for being here, Libra. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.